Hey True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Comic Book Origins, the video series where we take a look at the very first comic book appearance of any character, be it superhero, villain, team, side character, doesn't matter. This time around we're looking at Bronze Tiger. Now it just so happens that last episode we were looking at the very first appearance of Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter. That's also the first appearance of Bronze Tiger, but I figure, you know what? That's his Ben Turner. Let's see the issue where he becomes the Bronze Tiger himself. That's what we're doing today. A little background. Ben Turner saw his family get attacked. He killed a man who attacked him with a knife, decided he was going to go overseas and learn martial arts, take care of his anger problem. That's where he hooked up with O-Sensei. And from there, he met Richard Dragon, and the rest was history. And I would like to thank Jay Sorensen for commissioning this video. Go on over to Ko-Fi. You can commission a video, although I do have to tell you I am behind, so expect a little bit of a delay. Or just, if you don't mind helping out the channel, drop $1 in the tip jar there. With all that aside, let's jump into the first appearance of Ben Turner as the Bronze Tiger. Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter, number 18. Okay, so apparently it's supposed to be a surprise. Now, at first glance, you're like, okay, well, the Bronze Tiger in this other dude is fighting Richard Dragon in the ring. It looks like the Bronze Tiger's going after him. That's why I think so, but he obviously doesn't know who the Bronze Tiger is because it says his dragon won or lost, and will he live to learn the secret of the Bronze Tiger? So let's open the door and find out exactly what this means. And Coolio, we are opening up on an old-fashioned splash page. Schooled in the wisdom of the East, master of all the martial arts, he is Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter. It begins with an ending, the violent wrenching apart of the dearest of friendships, and ends in a moment that will forever be. I'm literally looking at the words right here, guys. Okay, let me try that again. It begins with the ending, the violent wrenching apart of the deepest of friendships, not dearest, and ends with a moment that will be forever seared upon Richard Dragon's memory, a moment of awe and horror. Come, watch as his very soul is tested. Watch as Richard Dragon is forced to solve the secret of the Bronze Tiger. Only moments ago, Ben Turner's angry words echoed through this cavern somewhere below the North Pole. I'm not leaving without Lewis, and I'm not leaving without the vermin who killed my woman. Ben, be reasonable. Let him go, Richard. Your duty is to yourself. You must return this craft to its rightful owners and restore your honor. Besides, such is his ability that no harm will befall him. I wish I could be sure you're right, Shiva. But I can't help feeling something terrible is about to happen to him, something that will change him forever. And so, as Richard Dragon and Lady Shiva guide the stolen vessel into the icy waters of the North Atlantic, you and your companions have virtually shattered my operation. Look, Blinky, why don't you show yourself instead of talking through that contraption? Better yet, give me Lewis, and I'll be happy to forget you ever existed. And Ben hears from off panel, come and get me. And even though Ben knows that it's a trap, knows that the man who's egging him on is surrounded by other martial artists, he rushes forward anyway. The other martial artists jump out, but these do not cause him to break stride, and he beats them down easily. Protect me! I'll pay you! I'll pay you everything! Ojo paid me for stealing the submarine. We'll earn your money. Could be, but will you be healthy enough to spend it? Ben Turner easily defeats the henchman, and as he's about to lay the killing blow, the moment of truth, killer, just you and me. You're forgetting me, Ben Turner. No, I'm not, only I figure you don't count in this. You are mistaken. I am most important. I am he who will shape your future. Slowly, the life seems to drain from Ben's face. Tension melts from his body as the floating eye hits him with a ray, and with a tiny gasp, Ben Turner collapses. Later, an explosion shatters this strange blot on the endless field of ice. And we cut to, later still on a humid afternoon at Richard Dragon's martial arts school in Lower Manhattan. Dragon listens to the oily tones of Barney Ling. Yes, Richard, Ojo's headquarters was blown to smithereens. Any sign of Ben? Unfortunately, no, a pity. He should have left and taken your advice while he could. But then wisdom never was Turner's strong point, eh? Listen, Barney, Ben was doing your dirty work at my request. If anything happened to him, we're both responsible. Now get out of my house. Get out of my life. I don't want to see you. And a saddened Richard drops his shoulders. I don't want to see anyone. Meanwhile, in a state prison yard, we see a guard approach a criminal named Sligo, talking about how, oh, you're good at that karate stuff. You think that makes you tough? And the guy basically kills him. Snaps his neck with some karate chops, throws him to the ground. This attracts the attention of a man named Harkness, who says he could get him out of prison to join a martial arts tournament. Then we cut to Richard Dragon, where basically Shiva, I think her name was, is lecturing him, talking about how he's not living his life, not paying attention to his students. Look at you, your muscles are lax, your eyes are dull, and you've become a travesty of your former self. She knows he blames himself for Ben's death, tells him to stand up, and when he does, slaps him, and then says, you could have easily have dodged my fingers at one point in time. And he's like, oh, get off it, Shiva. Are you here merely to torment me? No, my sources in the world of crime report there is soon to be a tournament of the tiger. The killing tournament, I've heard of it. A contest for renegade martial artists. Yes, staged for the enjoyment of those who rule the mob. The winners are rewarded with money. The losers, they are crippled or worse. Why are you telling me? You can participate. You can halt this evil if you choose to be a man again. See, the real truth here is that women say, oh, I want a sensitive man. But if you cry too long, they will disrespect you. Hands down. She even mocks him as she starts to walk away by saying, of course, if you'd rather mope. No, give me what I need to know, and I'll do what I can. You realize you're badly out of condition. You may not survive. You may not win. It's a chance I must take. That night, at an abandoned gymnasium on Manhattan's West Side, Dragon, using an assumed name, hears an order. Get ready to fight. When you get a shot at the big money. Who's the third guy in the ring? And we see the Bronze Tiger, ladies and gentlemen. First appearance. Him. He's acting as referee, calls himself the Bronze Tiger. Word is, he's the baddest of the bad. Dragon makes his way through the crowd. He's watching what's going on in the ring, people betting on the fight, of course. And when it starts, Sligo from the prison knocks down his opponent immediately, who yells, oh, he cheated. This angers the Bronze Tiger, and he stomps on him, saying, there is no such thing as cheating. Then the Bronze Tiger notices Richard Dragon in the audience. You, come! Ew. And the guys start going, I'm betting 10 G's and a ticket to the Mets game on Sligo. You're covered. And then the Bronze Tiger yells, begin! And Dragon and Sligo circle each other. He's in sharp Sioux posture, a kneeling stance. He's getting ready to punch. But no, a kick comes. I was wrong. He kicked powerfully. I barely managed to remain standing. He isn't giving me time to recover. If I hadn't moved my head, his fist would have broken my jaw. My arm numb from fingers to shoulder. I'm weaker than I thought, and I'm up against an expert, says Dragon. Sligo easily knocks him down. But then, every fiber of his body screaming in agony, Richard Dragon arises. Hurt, I can't go on. His hand strays to the jade dragon's claw at his throat, and he remembers the wisdom of his teacher, the legendary O-Sensei. The superior man welcomes pain as a brother, for pain can show him his worth. If you do not learn to master your pain will be your master. As a summer breeze crosses a pond, a great calm crosses Dragon's face, a signal from the Bronze Tiger, and a shoot-o block, a second, and suddenly Dragon takes the offensive, pivots like a whirlwind, and with an impact that could be felt throughout the arena, with a heel as tough as a tungsten, Dragon strikes. As his opponent lies flat on the mat, Richard Dragon begins to walk away when Bronze Tiger says, wait, you willing to try me, dude? If you like. Instantly, Dragon recognizes his masked foe as a master. A hush falls on the crowd. Slowly, careful, as cats, they circle. But then all of a sudden, there's a raid. This is a raid, yells one of the cops. That's funny, I thought it was a bullhorn, yelled the narrator. The cops fire tear gas, and quickly Richard Dragon and the Bronze Tiger catches him, but much like Bobcat Goldthwait in Police Academy 2, they don't release them? What's up, man? They're just sniffing. Whoa, so awesome. Well, the crowd realizes that Richard Dragon's the only one that they don't know around here, so, hey, he must have been the one that tipped off the cops. And he's like, dude, I'm not here to tip off the cops. I need to get my prowess back. But they draw guns, so responding automatically to the threat, Dragon begins the dance of the serpents and the gunmen are confounded. He's moving so strange I can't get a beat on him, and we see the Bronze Tiger leaping into action. Richard Dragon sees the Bronze Tiger take out the crooks, wondering why he's helping him. But then Richard Dragon sees also that the cops are chasing him. And Bronze Tiger is getting to a rope, motioning to Richard Dragon to jump. And like rockets, the pair continue their upward motion, swinging towards the skylight. But there's more cops on the roof, figuring that some of them would have had to have gone to the roof to try to escape. Richard Dragon jumps into action. He's obviously confused. He might shoot without wanting to. So, a nerve pinch. Oh, the cop screams, my arm, it's numb. It's as if time slows. Dragon turns and sees the tiger executing an expert judo throw, sees the officer's flailing arms strike the Bronze Tiger's mask, and the mask bouncing against the rooftop. For what seems an eternity, Richard Dragon stares at the tiger. Silence stretches between the two men. When the tiger pivots and vanishes into the shadows, leaving Dragon stunned, unable to move, unable to think. For an instant earlier, he had gazed upon the face of the Bronze Tiger, the face of Ben Turner. And suddenly he understood what Ben was telling him, that he had proven himself, redeemed himself from despair, and now at last, perhaps, there could be peace. Fini. So there you go, gang, the first appearance of Ben Turner as the Bronze Tiger. And if you go back and you check out the comic book origin of Richard Dragon, you'll see his origin story, as well as the first appearance of Richard Dragon. I think they're actually pretty, this is actually improved over the first book. The first appearance of Richard Dragon, I have to say. I kind of want to do is Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter really that bad or really that good, just to see what happens in the middle there, because this is the last issue. So that's what we got here, gang. The first and the last issue of the series. That's how it ends. But I would still like to see what's in the middle there. So anyway, I kind of dug it. There's a little bit of silliness to it, but not as much as the first issue. Still entertaining, still enjoyable enough. So there you go, gang. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already. And make sure that your notifications are set on all for Google and YouTube. And don't forget, this is a commissioned video. If you want, I am late, but you could go on over to Ko-Fi. Or if you just want to support the channel to help us keep being able to do this, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon, drop $1 in the tip jar, and help us keep the lights on here and help us keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.